And with abortion rights on the line, medication for abortions are taking center stage. The Guttmacher Institute estimates more than half of U.S. abortions now are done using medication, exceeding procedural abortions as of 2020. ABC senior national policy reporter Anne Flaherty joins us now live for more on this. So, Anne, can you explain what is a medication-induced abortion and who's eligible for one?
So medication abortion is for anyone who's 10 weeks pregnant or earlier in their pregnancy. And this is a combination of pills that women can get prescribed by their doctor through a telehealth appointment and mailed to their residence, the address that they choose, and take it on their own terms. It affords a lot of privacy, but we're already seeing states trying to move and to restrict these. FDA says it's safe and it's effective, but this is absolutely the new frontier in this abortion debate, because it's going to be very hard for these states to try to police any kind of mail that comes into these women's homes. Right now, as you mentioned, it's more than half of the abortions in the United States. Even as abortions have declined, the number of medication abortions have increased. And the other thing I find very interesting about this is that if a woman was to go to the hospital after having a medication abortion, a doctor wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and a miscarriage. So it becomes a much easier way for a woman to have an abortion, even with these state restrictions in place.
And therefore the next front, perhaps, in these struggles over this issue. So how does this kind of abortion compare in terms of safety? That's one of the ways that opponents raise procedural obstacles and legal obstacles to it. They say this cannot be done privately because it's not safe. Are the risks involved?
So abortion opponents say that the FDA is hiding information. The FDA says they absolutely are not. They say that this is a drug that has a 22-year track record. It was approved in 2000. And they have a safety report online that women can look through. They say it's very safe, it's very effective. Having said that, it is regulated. It's not a drug that everyone should get. Like I said, it was for women who are 10 weeks pregnant or less. And you don't want to give it to a woman who's having an ectopic pregnancy, for example, or other health complications. So in the United States, the FDA says that only a certified health provider can give a prescription for this medication. But I think as we see the states start to clamp down on this, what we are going to find are women are going to be seeking it from overseas. They're going to be crossing the border into Mexico. And then that opens up a whole new black market for these pills. So in the 1970s, we may have been talking about back alley abortions. I think now we're talking about black market abortions with these overseas pharmacies.
And the safety level of it would go down, obviously. You wouldn't know necessarily what you would get or were getting. You wouldn't be under any doctor's care. So what would happen to this kind of abortion, a, quote, medication abortion, if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade? Is it covered?
So absolutely, this is an abortion that would have to come from your doctor. But as we've talked about before, Terry, when you're looking at more than 24 states that are moving to make abortion illegal, in those states it's likely that medication abortion would be illegal for a doctor to prescribe it to a woman in those states. But can they cross state lines and get it from another doctor? Can they have that doctor mail it to them? You know, I think it's going to be very difficult to try to get these doctors to show up in courtrooms in Texas, for example, if they're across state lines or if they're overseas. So, you know, I think it also makes it a lot easier for women to cross into, say, California, Oregon, and to set up an appointment, a telehealth appointment, rather than to have to wait weeks for a clinic visit. So very legally murky areas on this. I don't think we have all the answers yet. I think there are still lots more questions, but this is something that abortion opponents say that they are going to be targeting in the next few months. They say that this is what they're going to be looking at.
It's going to be a very different world if the Supreme Court does, in fact, strike down Roe v. Wade, especially for pregnant women and other pregnant people. Anne, thanks very much for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.